With the NCAA adding a 40-second game to the 2021-22 College Football Bowl schedule, it makes you wonder about some of those contests from years past. It seems ridiculous that another matchup is even required given just how many defunct college football bowl games we've witnessed come and go in the modern era. Now, we could argue that this exhibition isn't needed. Seriously, is it really truly necessary to bend over backwards for a 6-7 Hawaii team playing in a low-end high school stadium? Finishing with 6 wins is the bowl qualifier. It doesn't mean teams with 6 wins need to play in the postseason. Regardless of that, this one-time only contest will soon join a number of other defunct college football bowl games we've seen over the past 20 years or so. That's important to mention as well. We're only looking at sort of the modern era. That's because there's just way too much to unpack with bowl games that came before Y2K. We'll eventually get to that in a separate video. So with that out of the way, let's look at the few things you may not remember about defunct college football bowl games in the modern era. The Seattle Bowl was a total flop. Frazier and Niles Crane did a better job managing that French restaurant they bought on a whim than the organizers of this disaster. On the field, it produced unmemorable matchups. Off the field, it was a massive money loser. The 2002 game almost didn't happen as organizers literally submitted an NCAA mandated letter of credit with minutes to spare before a deadline. After being in existence of 2 years, the event racked up an estimated $1 million in debt. Things got even messier from there. The Seattle Bowl's woes were made clear in early 2003 when the Mountain West Conference sued organizers as they were trying to recoup a $250,000 participation fee. Despite the pending litigation, Pro Sports and Entertainment Inc. tried to buy the rights to the Seattle Bowl after the 2002 contest. However, it turns out that company wasn't actually actively in business and the bowl would fold. Prior to the 2008 season, the Buffalo Bulls had never played in a bowl game. The school did receive an invite to the 1958 Tangerine Bowl, but the game was actually segregated. The Bulls, who had 2 black players on their team that season, rejected those terms and refused to play in the game. They would not have the chance to go bowling again until 2009 when they received an invite from the International Bowl played in nearby Toronto. Buffalo lost to UConn in that game despite leading 20-17 at halftime. The International Bowl itself would be canceled in 2010 after a 4-year run. Don't tell BYU and Memphis that the Miami Beach Bowl didn't matter. The 2 teams got into a brawl after a double overtime thriller that ended 55-48 in favor of the Tigers. The fight got pretty wild, with the highlight probably being BYU defensive back Kai Nakua punching a Memphis player in the back of the head. Unfortunately for the Miami Beach Bowl, the next 2 games weren't nearly as entertaining, and no one wanted to watch college football, or any sports for that matter, at Marlins Park. The game would move to Texas in 2017, although the history did not carry over to the new bowl. Want to know why cities are eager to host bowl games? Look no further than the 2004 Silicon Valley Bowl. The game featured 2 teams in northern Illinois and Troy that had no connection to California or the West Coast in general. This bowl game was also played in a massive storm, started 23 minutes late, welcomed less than 6,000 attendees, and still netted a cool $200,000. Despite the financial success, the Silicon Valley Bowl was axed in 2005 due to an NCAA stipulation that required bowls to draw either 70% occupancy or 25,000 fans to ensure recertification. It's a shame because, as you know, the Touchback is a pretty big fan of Spartan Stadium. It's a nice place to watch football, even if it's a game between two middling G5 teams. Where were you on December 23rd, 2020? Probably not watching the Montgomery Bowl. Less than 3,000 people filled the Crampton Bowl in Montgomery, Alabama for a showdown between Memphis and Florida Atlantic. This was a one-time only event that would actually replace the Fenway Bowl, which was postponed because of COVID-19 restrictions. And it will soon have company with the 42nd Bowl this year as special one-off attractions. That does it for our look at some of the things you may not remember about those defunct college football bowl games of the modern era. Be sure to share with us your favorite memories in the comment section below and pour one out for some of the games that no longer are with us. All that's left to say is I'm Cheyenne Hollis for the Touchback, and as always, you know what's up, hashtag take it out to the 25.